All right, so right now I just want to talk about kindness, generosity, compassion, and other qualities of the heart, and how these qualities can build like a skill in our lives. Like working out, it's the same deal. It's the more reps you do, the bigger the muscle gets, metaphorically speaking, if we're talking about the muscle of kindness, the muscle of generosity, the muscle of letting go. The more we use these things, the stronger they get. And the question is why? So, why develop kindness? Why develop generosity? Why develop the ability to let go? For some people, it may seem obvious. For others, maybe not so much. And so, we can do many things in this life. We can pursue many ambitions, including the ambition for sense desires, for sense pleasures, for fulfilling, the desire for beautiful experience. All of these amazing things. But what I've found, and what many people have also found, is that there are limits to the richness and the fulfillment you can get through only sense desire. If I'm just, eating prime rib and having dope orgies and just going out traveling the world, like, it's dope for sure, but it can only take you so far. Then what is the role of meaning, purpose, of depth, beauty, senses of sacredness, senses of divinity? These are other avenues that we can choose to pursue in our lives, developing these things instead of just material gain, searching for infinite experience. We can choose to put our effort and our attention on developing beauty in our lives, developing things like kindness, things like compassion, things like service, giving. So again, why? Why develop kindness, compassion? Because again, chasing, for instance, sense pleasure, material things, it'll only take you so far. And if you haven't figured that out yet, I encourage you to explore it. See, again, the depth that it can actually take you in your level of fulfillment. And do you want to just do that forever? Not to hate on materialistic things. I'm a big fan. I got this nice ass Finalist Arc'teryx hat on for sure. But like, again, it can only take you so far, and that's a fact. And when we know this, something more meaningful, something more beautiful, something that can transform your life at a deeper level is the development of kindness. Because no matter what we know, no matter the freedom that we feel, for instance, if there's not a base of kindness, it can become very raw. Life can seem very harsh if we do not have this kindness underneath it. For instance, if we try to tackle the insight that is emptiness of all experience, emptiness of all thoughts, feelings, perception. This, if we do not have a base of love and kindness in our system already, then it can feel very raw. Like you don't even want to go there because it's empty. And that can be scary if we have not cultivated a certain degree of kindness, of acceptance, of like honestly cushiness, love in our own system. And this is just, again, it's a practice. We can develop a reserve of love, a reserve of kindness, of this cushiness, so that no matter what happens to us, if we have this reserve of kindness built up, there's almost a cushion on our system where it's not as raw, is the word that I've used. So again, developing kindness, developing compassion, developing acceptance, developing connection, all of these things as a practice. Why? Because it will lead to a more beautiful life. It will lead to a deeper experience here. It'll lead to a more pleasant experience here. More pleasant beyond just sense desire, in a deeper sense, if you know what I'm talking about. When there's kindness present in your life, in yourself, it's quite pleasant. And this kindness can increase in intensity. And this kindness can increase in regularity and your ability to just call on it. Because you can do that. You can just call on an experience of kindness. And it's not just in the mind, obviously. It's a somatic experience. It's a bodily experience of gentleness, letting go, okayness, warmth, love. These are all words that can be used to describe that experience, but it is clearly valuable. I think just explaining that briefly, we all see the value in such an experience. So again, how do we then cultivate kindness in our lives? Many ways. There's a classic meditation that's called, loving kindness meditation, or metta in Tibetan, Pali, something like that. And this is the development of that feeling, that experience of kindness in our lives. We can just call on it. And in meditation, this is, one of the best places to call on such an experience. For me, there's many ways. The classic way is to say phrases. May I be kind. May I be grounded. May I be open to what this life gives me. And may I be loved. We just say these words over and over again. At first it can seem robotic, like, oh, nothing's happening. But see if you can try to feel into it. Get more of a feeling going from this experience, from this practice of may I be kind, may I be kind. You're not forcing it, but may I. May I be grounded. May I be open to what this life gives me. May I. Just a simple request, doesn't have to happen. Then may I be loved. When we say this, especially in meditation, when the mind is more still than usual, when there's much less stimulus, then we drop these phrases into this still mind, and it reverberates beyond just the meditation. If we get that feeling going, that pleasant, kind feeling in our meditation, it's sweet. It adds a sweetness to our practice. And yes, so when we drop that degree of kindness in our practice, it reverberates not just in our meditation session, but through our day, through our weeks, through our lives. Just simply by, again, dropping some kindness on the mind, it will naturally reverberate. And this, anything that we drop into awareness, especially in meditation, will reverberate. In meditation, it's more impactful because the mind is more still. But like if we're constantly watching the news, some scary bullshit, cold case files, that shit is reverberating through our experience. So again, just emphasizing the importance of what we're filling our awareness with, what we're feeding it. So again, if we're feeding it kindness, these phrases, may I be kind, may I be grounded, may I be open to what life gives me, and may I be loved. Saying that, it doesn't have to be in meditation too. Maybe saying it when you're sitting on the train, when you're on the bus, just when you have a moment to yourself, remembering that ambition, that intention, that aim, and ideally feeling into it, letting the feeling hit, because that's when it's more than just a heady experience. It can really transform experience. It transform a somatic experience. And so with those phrases first, it starts off with yourself. May I be kind. And then we expand it to thinking of somebody that we care about. Anyone. Partner, parents, friends. May they be kind. May they be grounded. May they be open to what life gives them. And may they be loved. And when we say this, we're expanding actually our sense of self in including another. Saying, oh, it's not all about this body right here. I hope that somebody else can feel these things. There's a beauty in that, and there's actually a letting go in that as well. A release. So, and then it can expand to a group of people, your whole family, your extended family, your coworkers, even if you like them, don't like them, whatever. Include them in the may they be kind. May they be grounded. May they be open to what life is giving them. And may they all be loved. Again, it doesn't have to happen. But setting the ambition, setting the tone for that experience for them. And again, it's for them, but it's primarily for you. Because in this practice, this kindness, this sense of kindness, of acceptance, of openness, of groundedness, it reverberates in every direction. So yes, it impacts the people around us, but simultaneously, it's impacting us. When I say, I hope you have a great day, I feel that. And I mean that. So just like when I say, hateful things towards another, you feel that harshness as well. So all of these emotions, they go in every direction, including back at you. Again, emphasizing the importance of being mindful, basically. So again, that's one mode of practice for developing kindness in our lives. And although at first it might seem like it's not doing much, it is. It is always. If that feeling is present, it's doing something. And the Buddha has a phrase that is, drop by drop, the bucket is filled. And although drop by drop, little water droplets in a bucket, first you're like, there's no fucking way this thing's gonna fill up. And then you just do it over and over again, over weeks, months, years, a lifetime. And you keep putting those drops in. And eventually that bucket is filled. And with this, in this metaphor, it would be with kindness. Just like we can fill our buckets with anything, with aggression, with comparison, with jealousy. Being aware of what am I filling my bucket with right now, metaphorically speaking. And again, I want to just highlight the value of kindness, the actually necessity of kindness. More than just kindness, it's like that feeling of warmth, of love, of acceptance, of letting go, compassion, giving, service. These are all words to describe those qualities of the heart. And these qualities are infinite, and we can develop them to groundbreaking levels, to Christ consciousness levels. There is nothing stopping us. These experiences, they build like a muscle. And again, the more reps we do, the stronger they will get. And there's nothing stopping us from making kindness a force in our lives, to the point where other people are like, yo, that guy's got something. It's that amount of kindness towards oneself, towards the world, towards others. It's palpable when you cultivate it to a certain level. And it gives you so much freedom when I'm okay with myself, when I'm kind towards myself. I'm not so aggressive, when the inner critic has really calmed down. Through kindness practice being one really great way to work with the inner critic. But when the inner critic is so low, I'm not scared to express myself, to explore. Who is this person, Ben, right here? I don't know. Am I scared to explore that question? And why? Do I care what people think when I make these videos? How much do I really care? And if I let people control me, how authentic could I even be with myself? How authentic could I even be with the exploration of these ideas and myself? Seeing through that, not being blind to it at the same time, taking feedback. This is necessary and useful, but in a balanced way. Am I letting the views of others limit my own self-expression? This is, I guess, the question that I'm pointing towards. And if we develop enough kindness in our lives, develop enough qualities of the heart, then we are open to explore ourselves and explore this world, not be afraid of what we might find, because we have that cushion of kindness in ourselves. So, with this kindness and these qualities of the heart, we can be comfortable exploring life and ourselves, and it just makes life much more pleasant. Like, obviously. And again, these things they build like a muscle. There's nothing stopping us. I don't know. It seems like people don't talk about this. Just developing kindness in our lives. Again, there's the metta loving kindness practice, but just call on it. Call on an experience of kindness right now. That kind of grandmotherly energy, in a sense, like that all-encompassing, that warmth. We can just bring it into awareness, and that's a rep. And it will build in our lives. The more that we do that, the more that we see the value of it, the more that we feel the value of it. We're like, oh, this is actually changing my day right now. This is changing my life right now. This is a fact, and this is, again, something that is definitely worth cultivating beyond the insight into emptiness. Well, I mean, that's very useful too, for sure. But qualities of the heart, kindness, compassion, equanimity, joy, calling on joy, happiness for no reason. Again, that's a real experience. We don't need an object to be happy about. We don't need a feeling to be happy about. We can just call on it. This life is a fucking miracle. This place is inexplicable. No one knows what's going on right now, and yet here we are getting to live this. Wow. Joy. We can just call on it. Again, so cultivating these qualities of the heart so that they are more present in our lives, create a larger foundation on our whole experience, and letting that ripple through our whole lives and how we interact with the world. Thank you. Again, my name is Ben, and yeah, thanks for listening.